When you have a business like I have, you are here to manipulate people, isn't it? I am here in front of you to scam you out of your money and give you nothing in return, isn't it? I mean, I'm a business owner. I'm someone that proclaims to be an entrepreneur. I'm someone that talks about how to build an entrepreneurship for yourself, working autonomously on yourself. I can even teach you the structures that you need to make that a success. I am such a person, right, that is going to scam you and go after you, stalk you until you give me your money and I give nothing in return. Well, so this is a little bit the talk in the town about business and the combination of it with spirituality. And I think there is a huge topic there indeed. I'm not denying that there isn't a topic. I mean, it is. Are spirituality and business able to be combined? Are they compatible? Are twin flames, which is a very spiritual topic, the spiritual deeper layer of life, is that able to live together with twin flame mission business? Not only a mission, like, oh, I'm doing good for the world, but even a mission business. That means that you're going to support that sharing with the world of your unconditional divine inner twin flame love with underlying structures so that you can manage the energy that is inside of doing that. That is a whole question. I agree. It is. Are twin flames and business compatible? Well, but if you think that business is necessarily only existing in the definition of scamming you out of your money and giving nothing in return, yeah, then you have a problem. And one way or another, this is a huge myth about what business really is, that it's always manipulative, that the marketing that is here online, for instance, or in any other place, in your post box, on the street, everywhere, is only here to get something from you. And you fall for it, you dumbass. It's a huge myth, which is, well, strange in many aspects. And one of the aspects that I actually think is strange about it is that everything that you're now wearing as clothes and as glasses, everything that is your device through which you're watching me right now, everything that is your house and your food and your furniture, everything that you've learned in maybe coaching sessions about a certain topic, everything that you learned about riding horses or driving cars, everything has been sold to you in some sort of way. And maybe you were, autonomously looking around for good things to have, and then you decided to spend your money on that. But there is still a matter of this interaction going on in which sales plays a role, because business is pretty much often compared with sales, which is actually very accurate, because without sales, there's no life blood, no life energy in your business. And it is the most crucial aspect of a business owner as well. It's true. It is true. Because for business, your money needs to flow, and that means your life energy needs to flow. And sales is the name for that. And oh, sales has such a bad rep as a word, even as well, just like business. Sales, that's even worse of a word than business for many people. Oh boy, oh boy. People hate it. They just, are you coming to my sales call? No, no, no. Oh no. Oh no, I'm not. Are you coming because I want to share some love with you and share some secrets of the trade that you are interested in? Oh, now we're interested because now it is heart-based exchange. So there seemed to be this division in how we think about these things. And what I want to say is that that is not necessarily true. Have you felt that I'm trying to sell you on things that you don't want and don't need? Let me know in the comments below if you felt that from my videos. I'm genuinely curious. Do you have the idea that I'm trying to scam you out of your money without giving you anything in return? Let me know. I really want to know. Because I feel that a genuine interaction can exist. If you want to feel like you want to go deeper with me, then there's indeed this moment of the energy exchange where love is being clicked into a structure that makes that correctly working, what we call sales. That's true. That happens there. It's just the same as anything else that you would like to consume or have more of or go deeper into to study it. Whether it's learning how your car is functioning or learning a new language. You want to go deeper in it, so you invest in it. Very many people invest time. They invest effort. And money is actually just the same sort of thing in the same category. You can choose what you want to do. For me, for instance, it is so that if you want to invest your time and your effort, then you can come to my Facebook group in which I give you the core of what you need to know for a successful twin flame and mission journey away to you. I give it away there so that you can study it yourself. Do your investment in time. But for other people, they want to go deeper with me and they want to save time, and then they can go to the idea of money to invest. It's a possibility. It's here. If we always equate business and sales with manipulation, that's what you'll attract. That's what you'll be attuned to. That's what your experience will be. If you're here to exchange in the heart, then I think, well, you're at the right address as far as I'm concerned. And you can feel that, you can sense that. Is that true for you? You're part of that equation, you're part of that relationship. If that feels good to you and fair, and like maybe even giving to you, it's giving you something in the topic that we're here for, in this relationship. Yeah, maybe that feels good. Well, then grant yourself that it does feel good. Receive it, accept it. And then understand that because I have only so much time and ability to relate with people for your individual specific questions and whatnot, that there needs to come this point in which we just agree on a little energy exchange agreement, which is also known as the word sales in my business. I think when you would compare business with manipulation, you're just doing yourself such a disservice. I understand that there are manipulative sales techniques. I understand very well that there are people that sell you air. I understand completely that you can feel very bad about that sort of stuff and want to avoid it. But if you compare that word business per definition with manipulation, and that is not going to exist in spirituality at all, then you might just create a whole problem for yourself, and not only as a prospect or a potential client, but when you do the twin flame journey successfully yourself, you will come into harmonious union, the state of consciousness it is all about, and from which you can build your life together with your true twin flame in inner peace, and be guaranteed of that. And when you're there, you will come to know that there is a mission for you there. And when you don't allow yourself in that mission over a longer time after you've tried something out in that, to be supported by mission business, by business structure supported underneath that, you're doing yourself an incredible disservice, because you're now denying yourself the support that you need to get a grasp on how you can beautifully, fairly, and in friendship retain the energy that you exchange with someone else and that can return to you in the form of money. And things will be chaotic. A person that you're helping will not like that when everything is a chaos as well. So you do nobody a favor with that. So I think it's an incredibly new phenomenon in the entire world to have business as an idea and sales inside of that as well, being aligned with the deepest level of living of spirituality, that are twin flames in harmonious union, sharing their mission. Can they be aligned? I think so. But you'll need to surrender how that works. There are techniques, you can learn them, you can try them. There are structures, you need them, you can build them. For instance, by using my business book that I have out there on Amazon and Bol, or by coaching extra with that as well. And you can do that. You can start to align that there. When you surrender. So that's the most important conclusion that I can give you. You can get these structures in a row, and you still need to surrender how these structures align through you with the divine flow of energy, of union. So that's even an extra layer perhaps, because now you're not doing the business structures as an ego, but you're doing it as the self with a capital S, or the soul on the twin flame layer inside of you. So the business owner will be the union. And egos can't be in union. So I hope that helped. And my second point is, business is relationship. But relationships are often not aligned with source, let alone emotionally sound. Yeah. Another impossibility of twin flame mission business. I mean, business, according to me, is supposed to be about relationship. You're relating with each other. And in that relationship, organically, is already going on an energy exchange. You can't do a relationship without that. And we are having a relationship over the topic of twin flames and mission business. And what that means to you. That's our topic of coming together. That's the topic of our relating together. And we're equal in that energy exchange. And at the very same time, we're not at the same point in the journey. And that's what makes it meaningful to you to come to this relationship. And that's what makes it meaningful for me to come to the relationship also, because I have something to share and you have something to receive that you desire. And that fact is what, in this equal relationship, then constitutes the direction of how the energy flows, and that is equaled with the direction of how the possibility of money playing a role inside of that too would flow. Because energy is money. And I do have a challenge about the energy is money idea. Stop the saboteur of that free-flowing energy inside of you. That is the adage of the game that we're starting on Monday upcoming, at least when this video was made, on December 4th, 2023, and you can join. It's a challenge of 5 days. We're going to do many exercises and you're going to try out new ideas. It's going to be very practical. You're going to try out some social media marketing immediately. And it's also going to be very spiritual. There's even a whole spiritual journey through the energy is money game that you could walk if you want to exclusively and leave the more practical side behind, or you do them both. That's both possible. We start Monday. It's 5 days and there will even be some bonuses after that as well. And you can just take part. It's for free, but I do need your name and your email address, and you can leave them in the description box. There is a link. You leave your name and your email address there, and then you're in. And we can start to have a lot of fun around this topic from Monday onwards. You would be very welcome. I'm very curious what would come out for you. So business is a relationship, and this is how that organically functions, and how that in energy functions, and how that is equal to money too at a certain point when you go deeper in the relationship. Now, often relationships are not understood to be aligned with the divine, with source. They're just sort of floating around from ego to ego, and people are trying to get something out of the relationship that they hope is enough. And that is some sort of the idea of relationship that is around often. But that is not how I would see the word relationship in this matter, in Twin Flame Mission business, and in what we do here. Often, relationship is also not emotionally sound, let's say psychologically sane. Often it is indeed about taking, for instance, two egos that try to take something that they think they need out of this coming together. As a friendship, as a so-called love relationship, or even parents and children, or what have you, teacher, student. Emotionally unsound relationships are around everywhere. People think they're going to take, people think they're going to manipulate, subtly or very blatantly. But that is not what sane relationships are. When you look at psychology, you need to care for your own needs. And when that is done, you are free to relate to each other, in which case it means that you're going to share something of value with the other person. And that's what makes a positive, sane, sound, psychologically sound relationship. And that's often not even the case. So there are two elements of relating. You need to connect with your source, and you need to connect with emotionally soundness. And often both are not even here. And business is relationship. Because when you want to exchange energy, you're relating. So every relationship has that. When you have a business, you're trying to exchange energy. Sort of kind of the same, isn't it? But a business values the direction of that energy flow and adds the conclusion to it as well, that there is allowed to be given the value of that exchange in what we've altogether decided as a currency that is functional for this kind of situations, which is money. That's the difference. But in any relationship, even friendships or even love relationships, there can be an element of business. You don't need to necessarily give your whole, I don't know, like what your business is selling away to your friends. That's not what you do. Well, that's more or less a side note. But also relevant. This, I mean, as a business owner, you know often this point, you know, that people wanna, they're like, oh, you're very good at this. You love doing that, isn't it? Because you do that every day. Huh, can I just have a little bit of that too? But they don't want to become an actual client. And then it seems like even the friendship is in question when you don't give in to that. Well, you know, what is manipulation? That is manipulation. But I actually just wanted to say that these business relationships and other relationships are not necessarily always away from each other. They actually also have blurred lines between them, in the sense that they can be with the same person, but it's another aspect of the relationship. But we're not going to blur lines in the sense that you're going to give your what you sell away to your friends. No, that would be causing lots of chaos and feeling very bad for everyone involved. So that would then be, again, like the emotionally unsound relationship that happens a lot. That would be part of that one. Business is a relationship. And when we would align ourselves in business with Source, with the divine, in your twin flame mission, then that aspect is covered. And when we then inside of that do emotionally sound, psychologically sane relating, then that aspect is also covered. And that is how business can be combined with the spirituality of true twin flames in harmonious union. So I hope that helped. And I have a third talking point, and that is, where's the freedom? You can't choose the topic. And the autonomous form needs business structures that are a given also. When you come to harmonious union, you will find that the mission that you have inside of that is a given. It's a present from Source, from the divine. It's already there. It starts to flow. You become aware of it. You start to exude it from the heart. You start to slowly give it a word and another word. You start to slowly try an action in that beautiful unconditional love that is flowing through you. And all those actions start to become a project. And all these projects start to become so big that it is very relevant and meaningful to ask for that energy exchange to be translated in money also. Energy is money. And then it starts to be so relevant for you to start to understand that to retain that money that comes to you and to manage it correctly, you need business structures. And that's how you start to build your solo entrepreneurship or your duo entrepreneurship, however you want to see it in your union or however you want to execute it in your individual case. And you start to have that as a functional business. And now you have a mission business. That's how it works. But the topic was given from the union. That's what I wanted to point out in point 3. And that seems like unfreedom. Why can I choose what my mission is? What the heck is this, Petra? I can't choose what my mission is. No, it's a given. It's a present. You become aware of it. You will be revealed what it is when you're ready. And it will be perfect for you. So sensitively able to be combined with living in your union and doing the journey. Even when at first glance you're like, I'm not sure. I didn't look at myself like that before. In the before union era. You see, that's the point. It's a transformation. And also in mission, you will need to let that transformation happen. So you can't choose the topic, in a sense. How about that? Maybe you didn't know that. Well, can come as quite a shock, but there it is. And the autonomous form, because the autonomous form is actually very fit for this. Some people can help other people in a health situation and can come to work in a doctor's office or something. and that feels the most fit for them. It might be possible, it could be, and then they would have a sort of a job under the umbrella of the doctor's office. Just an example. But for very many people, it will be actually like a creative addition from your heart out to the world that didn't exist before, that's really like some sort of new or related to helping and coaching and twin flames and spirituality. That is not under a bus. There's not a job about that. There's no 9 to 5 about that. So that in very, very many cases would logically mean that you would be your own contractor, that you would be autonomous as your own worker, professional, autonomous professional, or however you want to call it, entrepreneur, the one that is the business owner, or the independent coach. Maybe you call it like that. There are many names that might be given here, but what I wanted to stress was the idea of being autonomous in the world of work and professionalism. And that is often the best form. And for that, you need business structures to structure what you autonomously are doing here for yourself. A list of potential clients, a marketing system, a way to actually help the people that gave you money for a certain service. Maybe you need team members and services from other people to help you manage your sort of backstage as your business. A money person, or I don't know, just someone that helps you with practical things. These are just some random examples. The structures are really structured, and there are really a whole couple of them. I actually myself am trained in my background. When I started to really take this serious a decade ago, I was trained in the system of Sage and Becker, which is a woman and a man, how to spend the rest of your life, time and money. And this is a whole system that I was taught, and this is like the underlayer of what I still basically believe in. And it is about your values, your mission, your goals, projects, sales, well, systems, recruitment, team building, coaching, marketing, leadership, service, freedom, well, and even more topics. But I also transformed that through how I understood everything, and added how I felt about being an entrepreneur in the spiritual realm, which is, it's very holistic already, which is beautiful. But then I just added what was my experience as a true source aligned professional as well. And I put all of that in my own business method, which I have, and I could pass on to you, and I would love to do that if it helps you. So that's also something about my background. Yeah, my own book on business systems is called Put Your Business Brain On. And that is because I believe that business brains are about relating and about energy is money. And you have to put those business brains on for spiritual professionals and twin flame mission people. You have to start to do that because you'll support yourself. You can't choose the topic of your mission. It's a given, it's a present. And you can take on the autonomous business structures that you need, and they are a given also, that you can't really change. It's a structure, it's something that exists. But the freedom is here to feel your true divine self through all of this, the moving of the true you that comes through these truths and structures. And the freedom is in a depth of experiencing this. And what you're going to pass on to other people is that depth of experiencing this. It's an unlimited depth that is feeling like eternity. That's what the Twin Flame mission is about. And that is the content that is present in a Twin Flame mission business. So I hope this helped. And I again want to cordially invite you to our Energy is Money game that starts upcoming Monday. I do have a video in which I explain in 7 minutes time more about what that can bring to you. And I will place it right here in a couple seconds. And I hope to see you right there. Love from Petra.